This is Joy Bushong's American Government class, taught by Nan Newman.
Okay, we are going to start off because I know it's been a long winter break. And before we left for break, we were talking about the criminal process. And we talked about a lot of different terms that are involved in the criminal process. So we're going to play a game just to get you up and moving and get your brains working again. What you're going to do is just toss this back and forth like you would in a volleyball game. And when I say stop, stop, and what your right hand, whatever number that's closest to, tell me the number, and I'm going to define a term and get you to recall what the term is. Okay, got it? And you don't necessarily have to do like you're doing a slam shot on the net. You know, try to keep it kind of up in the air. Okay? Yeah, just bring it up and toss it. And try to keep it in the air. You know how you do with volleyball. Yeah, all right, that was a little high. There you go. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, stop. All right, stop.
You hit him in the face.
All right, here. All right, your hand is closest to what number? Okay. If you get stopped by the police and you were told that you have the right to remain silent, the right to an attorney, and you have to be told that everything that you say can and may be used against you, what rights are those? Miranda rights. Good. Okay, toss. Whoa! All right. Stop. Oh,
It was coming to him.
Les touched it. You touched it.
I didn't want to shut him off.
You touched it.
okay, Travis, this is you. What number? The formal charge starts with an I. Anybody remember? Indictment.
Oh.
Good, good. Indictment. All right, go. Whoa. Keep going.
You gotta pay.
Okay, stop. Dominique, I think it's you. All right, what number? 4. The lawyer who brings the case in a criminal case is called what? The prosecutor. Good. Very good. Gosh, y'all are really good. Oh, that was
Football.
all right. Try to keep the ball in play. Stop. Sarah, I think that's you. Okay, what number?
5.
5. All right. The party that the case is brought against, the defendant. Excellent. Good. All right, one more time. That back corner needs to look a little livelier. All right, stop. All right, Mariah. What number? Okay, so 5. All right. Listen up. When you are charged with a crime and tried, the process has to be fair. Your constitutional rights cannot be violated. What is that called? Yes. That's a good guess. Probable cause is that they've got enough information to bring a charge against you, but what I was referring to are your due process rights. Our Constitution ensures that each of us gets a fair trial. Those are called due process rights. Well, what we're gonna do today, here, I'll take it, Ron, is we're gonna talk about the civil cases. You remember when we talked about the criminal cases and I told you the law defines what is a crime. So if the law has not defined it as a crime, and we're talking about a legal case, it's called a civil suit. Doesn't mean it's nice and friendly, it just means it is not criminal. It's a civil suit. So we're going to talk about the different steps involved in a civil case. This also is part of your due process rights. And Georgia standards, we want you to know the steps in a criminal and civil trial because they are part of your constitutional due process rights. You all, well, actually, you don't have to fill out your notebooks. I'm going to give you notes that go along with the PowerPoint that I'm going to do to go through the steps in a civil case. And so take these, and I've put some blanks in the notes. So listen out for the term that you need to fill in so that you can complete these notes. Hang on.
Hey, Gina, you want the iPhone one? What do you get there?
I actually put on the iPhone when I put
The
it.
Malibu case. Remember in this one, Patricia Anderson, her 4 children, and a family friend were coming home from church on Christmas Eve. They were in their 1979 Chevy Malibu, and they were rear-ended by a drunk driver. The 4 children were in the back of the car. The car burst into flames. The adults get out, but the children don't make it out and are severely burned.
Okay, so they didn't die?
No, they didn't die, but they were severely disfigured.
Wasn't it like
So they brought a complaint against the car company saying, look, this car design is terrible. The car shouldn't just burn up if you're bumped in the rear by another driver. And the verdict was $4.9 billion. So a son at 150 million,
Dude, you got that tour car.
which is still not close, is the winner of the Malibu.
Dude, you can get some girl to drive it.
Okay.
Dude, that's a player car.
Somebody in second block got the killer nurse, closest to the killer nurse. She got a medical kit. Somebody in first block won the smartphone case. All right, the football video case.
What was
What
the
did
answer to
they
the
give for
smartphone for?
Smartphone was
Well, I had an old smartphone. Actually, I had forgotten that this person in first block got it, so I'm gonna bring tomorrow this old smartphone that doesn't work. It's like one of those temporary ones, and that's gonna be the prize. But in this one, in the football game,
You got a coffee cup.
John Madden, wait, hold on, was a former football player in the National Football League and a winning coach for the Oakland Raiders. And in 1988, a man designed a video game which they called the John Madden football game. It pictured robotic football players making moves, and that was a really new concept in 1988. They claimed that this other company copied their design. The jury agreed and awarded the plaintiff $4 million. So, Duran at 2.5 million gets the football award, all right. This is my favorite one. All right, stay home. Stay with me, this is my favorite one. The 18-wheeler Thomas Stevens, a 57-year-old man is driving a Chevrolet Suburban through an intersection of two highways when he was hit and killed by an 18-wheeler, and the young man who was driving the 18-wheeler had been on the road too long and fell asleep. Ran the stop sign, killing Mr. Stevens. So the jury found for Mr. Stevens, the verdict was 37 million.
Wait, did he go to jail though? The truck driver?
Possibly, it didn't say in the material I was reading, but it could have also been a criminal case. Who did this one for 500,000?
Don't know, but I'll take it. No, I'm the closest
It was
because that
Charles.
person didn't put their name on it.
It was Charles.
No, it wasn't, because I was only one in this class to do it.
It was Charles.
It was,
Okay, if you don't clearly remember, then it wasn't you.
It was Charles. I watched him put it up there.
He's not even like raising his hand.
I'm not even kidding.
Y'all take it, you know.
I tell you what we'll do. I'll find another case summary and we'll have a rematch so that whoever does the sticky can remember to put their name on it, but it was a really cool prize. It was an actual 18-wheeler.
I have to tell you,
Oh,
and my name is
that
right.
Dude,
Alright, hold
you
on.
can play cards with the person that gets stuck.
She said it was the actual.
I put
Y'all be quiet. Okay. Let's sum it up. Why do we care about the steps in a criminal case?
We don't.
so.
Wrong answer.
Just being honest.
We can carefully review everything and carefully choose if they're guilty or not.
Yeah. Would you, Carson,
I got it right?
would you want to be found guilty without a fair trial?
No. So you just stand up.
Y'all be quiet. Well, similarly, in a civil case, you want to know that the process is fair. If you've been damaged and you need to bring a case, you want to know that it's a fair process. What do you call a fair process? Remember, under the Constitution, we're studying about
demonstrate.
the judicial process and our constitutional rights. What is a fair process called?
Due process of law.
Your due process of law. Good, Carson. Due process of law. So that's why it's important to study these steps, because it is your constitutional right to have a fair proceeding, whether you're talking about a criminal case or a civil case. So not only, as a good citizen, should you be familiar with the steps, but you should also understand that that is an incredibly important protection of your constitutional due process rights. Okay, good job. Yes, Shannon?
Someone needs to put their name on a test. Do they get credit?
They put their name on a
If they
test.
don't put their name on the test, they get credit.
If you can identify it afterwards and tell us that it's your
But no
test.
credit. Once we're at say this is the moment, and there's no name there. Therefore, go
Is it your test?
My name's on mine, and I'm sitting on it.
Wait, is it nobody in the,
We'll talk about it after class.
has nobody claimed it?
Thank you.
This is Miss Newman signing off.